So after almost 4 full years of doing YouTube, eBay related content for YouTube, I think I'm just going to spill the beans, just put it all out there and tell you of everything that I've found out over the last 4 years, and really a lot of it over the last year, that many of just the casual YouTube viewer may not know. So let's talk about that here on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is John with Flippin' Ain't Easy. And yes, this is a video that may be a little bit controversial, and I may end up just pissing some people off that I didn't want to piss off. But you know what? I think you have different perspectives out there. I think as viewers of YouTube, you see only one side. It's like a two-dimensional side of how things really are behind that camera screen, behind your TV screen, behind your monitor, behind your phone. And you don't see the whole story as it pertains to who these people really are, who I am, okay? And I think maybe I have thought in my mind that the viewers can maybe see through a lot of it, but maybe because the information isn't out there, we don't talk about this. This is sort of maybe a taboo subject. Well, maybe you guys don't know. And so this video is to kind of tell you things that I've seen from this side of the camera and my perspective, and taken a huge risk in alienating myself even further, because I know there's some content creators out there who don't want anything to do with me, and there's other ones that are really have been really gracious and have really spent a lot of time with me and have really influenced me in a huge way. So I want to talk to you about that, but really it's 4 things that you don't know as viewers, or you may not know as viewers, whether you're just a casual viewer or if you are someone who's looking to make content. Maybe you're a reseller and seeing all these YouTube influencers out there, thinking to yourself, hey, I can do it too. Well, there's some things that you may not even realize, whether from the people behind the scenes to the financials, and or how it affects the person that's making the content. Now, the first thing you may not know about YouTubers is really how much time that is invested in making content and setting up content, researching content, putting content together so it makes sense, learning the content ourselves so that the ones that actually are putting together good quality content really have their stuff together and have good information to pass on to the viewer. And those of us who do that, do our homework, we put the videos together, record the videos, maybe do all the other things like editing. There's a lot to it, guys, and it takes away a pretty decent amount of time away from the business. I would say, on average, the average video, like the video you're watching now, from the time I start to think of a topic to the time it actually gets published, you're looking at a solid 2 to 3 hours. And that's including the editing time, maybe time to say, oh, this take sucks, I need to do it again. Or there's been many times that I've scrapped videos and started over because I just didn't like how I came off in the videos. And I'm my own worst critic. And it's just taking time away from my eBay business. And I've always said that for me, it's eBay first. That's something I enjoy doing. When I'm gone on vacation, I'm thinking about reselling. It's something on the back of my mind. Sometimes I wonder if I'm even enjoying myself when I'm away from the business, because I'm more thinking about getting back to the business. Like this last weekend, I went and played a round of golf. I played 15 holes and said, you know what? I just want to get home. And that's just weird. I've never done that before. But the desire to stay out there was overridden by the desire to get back to work and getting back to eBay. And that also includes making videos. There's days that I like to make videos. There's days that I dread making videos. But I know one thing, whether it's eBay or YouTube, you have to be consistent. And if you allow your desire to not make a video override your consistency, then that can hurt you as a creator. It's that 2 to 3 hours I could be spending, or you could be spending time with your family after a long day of working on eBay. And heaven forbid you're trying to make a YouTube channel and be full-time on another job and doing eBay part-time. You got to have that, what my son calls a work-life balance, and it's something that I'm trying to figure out and trying to do better with. And eBay and YouTube takes most of my time. So if that work-life balance is important to you, doing this eBay/YouTube thing may not be in the cards for you. Now here's something that every YouTuber learns eventually, and that is not everyone is going to like you. I found that out when I think the first couple months in, I started getting some snarky comments. You know, I had my own point of view. I still have my own point of view, and yet people just seem to, I guess, not like it. If you don't have the same point of view, or you say something that doesn't agree with them, it'll really get them to comment and say some things, and maybe they've already formed an opinion on you, about you, based on just watching previous videos. And I like to have thought that, you know, just being open, honesty would get most people to see, hey, well, maybe I don't agree with this guy, but, you know, I do appreciate his honesty. And that's not the way it works. Not everyone is going to like you. And while you may want that to happen, maybe you think, hey, you know, I'm just doing something to help others. Maybe you're trying to be genuine with the content that you put out there, and you should be. Not everyone's going to see it that way. Everyone's going to look at you with suspicion, to think that you're out for the money, that you're out for other reasons other than what you say you're out for. Whether in my case, I'm just trying to help people. 26 years in the business, most of that time in the business of helping others and or training others. YouTube is filling a void that I'm missing, because I'm not working at that place anymore and not doing the same kind of thing, training and helping other people out. And of course, if I can make a few dollars on the side from Google AdSense revenue, it is what it is, right? So just know that not everyone's going to like you, and it's going to bother the heck out of some people. And it did bother me. And I had to have many people, many of you out there watching right now, that had to remind me that, you know what? F the haters. There's going to be people that hate you no matter who you are, going to dislike you for the color you wear, for the teams that I wear. I wear Raiders and Angels stuff all the time. People would rather focus on that than what I'm trying to say. And maybe what I've said is helpful to them, but the fact that I'm not a Dodgers fan, or not a 49ers fan, because they choose to not like me. And that's fine. I've made a lot of good friends in this business, and I think I've made friendships with very genuine people who were able to overlook that. And even some people that I can call my friend or friends have different opinions than me. So maybe that's inevitable. Haters are going to hate. And if you're a hater, I don't know, maybe you're just having a bad time in life where you have to be rude to someone who's just making videos. So let's talk about the thing that most people will not talk about. And that is, I have 22,000 subscribers, awesome subscribers. And I'm going to tell you how much I make, generally speaking, okay? I put out about 2 to 3 videos a week. I go live twice, so there's about 2 days out of the week where I have no content. I may throw a short video here and there, but my videos, and I think this is kind of important, my videos only average about 2,000 to 3,000 views, if that, right? Because I'm very niched out within the niche that we're in, eBay influencing. And so when I make videos on eBay or reselling, it's even more drilled down into the policy side. I'm not showing you yard sales. I'm not doing a lot of the videos that get the big views. It's not my passion, guys. Playing eBay bingo on what sold here, what sold there. B1, I pulled an item, 073, I pull another item, bingo. No, I don't do those kind of videos, and it's just not my passion. My passion is helping people. My passion is learning and helping others learn, maybe take from experiences that I have. That's what this channel is about. And in doing so, for now, this is my 4th full year. At the end of this month, I can say that I have made approximately $11,000 this year in 2023 on YouTube AdSense revenue, okay? And my average month is somewhere around $1,000, maybe a little bit less. That's why I say about $11,000 for the year. And that's it, guys. Almost $1,000 a month. Some good months it's over that. Some blah months where I just don't put the effort in, don't have the time because eBay's taking most of my time. Or maybe the content doesn't drive up the views. That's what eBay or YouTube AdSense is paying me, this creator. And I know there's some other channels, there's smaller channels, and those channels get more money. It's about the views, guys. And I think there's what a lot of people don't realize. You can have all the subscribers you want. You can have 100,000 subscribers. But if you don't put out the content that's going to get the views, you're not going to make that much money as compared to a smaller channel who gets the same amount of views. Smaller channels that have good videos and get really good view counts are going to make more money than the larger channels. So the quality that you put into your videos and the more people that are interested in watching your video all the way through, well, that's going to make for a more successful YouTube enterprise than just someone who's been in it for the long term, maybe accumulated a lot of subs. You might think they make a lot of money, but having a lot of subs really doesn't mean anything if those subscribers aren't active. If you have really inactive subscribers that maybe watch your videos once in a while, it's not very good. It's almost a worthless subscriber. And another thing that people don't talk about in this business is sponsorships. Now, look, when I started doing YouTube, the goal wasn't to make money. I knew the ability to make money was out there, but I wasn't even sure how much money was possible. And for a full solid 6 months, I just grinded away, made video after video after video. You can go back and look. Wasn't motivated or driven by money because that wasn't the focus. The focus was to get off of eBay Island. That is basically in terms of you're the only person that you know that's doing eBay. And we had just moved to Las Vegas at the time. I didn't know a soul in town. So I said to myself, I want to do some videos like I see on YouTube and see where it goes. You know, it's like a fun little side project. It may never go anywhere. In the first month or so, I thought, well, the only people that are subscribing to me are my friends and family because they feel sorry for me. And as time went on, guess what? The channel built up and it built up. And a crazy New York driver named Joe DeMarco put out there, hey, I'll shout out your channel. And I sent him a message, and he was kind enough to do that. And it really helped my channel get above the 1,000 subscriber mark where I could finally make a little bit of money. And it was kind of nice making the money when you first start. Again, it's all about the views you get, but when you have a very small channel, it's really hard to get yourself out there. But I was making $100 here, $200 there, and the second year was like $300 or $400 a month. And hey, that's a bill, right? That's a couple bills. That's, you know, groceries now for a lot of people, but it's extra money. And while I was happy to make the videos, yeah, it did take some time. At the time, I wasn't putting a whole lot into my editing or whatever. I could slap a video together and put it up in an hour because I just didn't have the knowledge base to get, you know, videos and stuff together like I do now. And it was fun, and it still is fun. But now we're into year 4. Once we get into year 4, I'm really looking at it as another opportunity to make money. It's almost like the 9-to-5 worker going to eBay to sell part-time on eBay. Well, it's the eBay full-time employee or the full-time entrepreneur that is now doing a little part-time to make a little side cash. And I can understand how it goes from, you know, you got eBay, here's all your income, and maybe small-time YouTubers, is only part of your income for the month. And then I'm starting to see how that could kind of balance itself out and how YouTube can overtake the eBay and online reselling income. But my passion still is with reselling. Everything that I do on this channel and I tell you about is what I do. And, you know, it's grown. This channel has grown. And it's because I think that there's a lot of like-minded people that enjoy watching this channel. Now, where I was going with the whole view thing, the more views you get, and this is something that a lot of people don't know, and that is the more views you get, the more money you can make when it comes to sponsorships. And I've kind of found this out the hard way. Here I am thinking, well, I have, 20 something thousand subscribers. And then when it comes time to people asking me, hey, will you shout out our product? And we've taken on a couple sponsors, American Bubble Boy and Gyropack. And we had a sponsor last year. That contract came to an end. But here I am thinking that it's all about the subscribers, right? And to find out, no, you get paid. And they have a little algorithm they put together to offer you whatever it is that they're offering you for sponsorships based on the average views that your videos get. So the higher that number is, the better you're going to do with that company. And that's something that I learned this year. There's people that are sponsoring the same product that I am that are making more for the same sponsorship because they know that the outreach for their content or their product is going to be more so than my little measly little 2,000 view video. And I'm okay with that. Look, because if I can make a little money on the side, and I think that my attitude has kind of changed a little bit. Maybe it's because I see from the creator standpoint, and I can see how eBay and YouTube can overtake eBay. But that's not happening here. But I'm still going to try to maximize as much as I can earn doing whatever I'm doing. My goal is still this, and my promise is still this. I'm not going to try to make money off of the viewer directly, meaning that I'm not going to charge you for content. I'm not going to charge you for a Patreon. I'm not going to charge you to look at your stores. I'm not going to charge you for anything like that. I may do a membership. I'm thinking about doing something fun like that. But it's really just about sponsorships where I can give a shout out here and there. And, it's a little kickback from this particular product. Products that, and this has always been important to me, products that I know the viewer would be able to use. I've turned down so many sponsorship offers because it wasn't a good fit. I turned down a big company that came on board mainstream back in earlier this year, and I turned down pretty good money to endorse their store or their what they had to sell because it wasn't a good fit, and I don't want to sell out. And I think that's a mistake that a lot of YouTubers can make. They see the money and they sell out, and it's not a good fit for their audience. So hopefully you guys can see that. And that's me being transparent with you about what I make. I'm not going to go into what I make on the sponsorship side. It's not a whole lot, I'll tell you that, out of fairness to my sponsors, because I don't think they want me putting it out like that. So I'm not going to do that, nor do I really discuss it with other creators. But for me, it's kind of one of those things where if I do that, I'm kind of just shooting myself in the foot, because I do want to grow with some of these partnerships that I've established, and who knows where it's going to lead. So just take my word for it. I'm not making a killing on YouTube, and I'm not making a killing on sponsorships. So this one here is really going to probably piss some people off, but I'm just being honest, guys. I have met a lot of people that make these videos. I have worked with a lot of people that make these videos and have channels like I do. I have spoken on the phone and been around these people. And I can say, I'm just going to give you the positive part, a good 60 to 70% are exactly who they say they are. They are very true to themselves in their video. And many of these creators are very kind-hearted and good people. And even some of the smaller channels I've spoken to, they have a lot of things going on in life that's kind of held them back. But for the most part, you got a lot of people who are willing to really spend the time and talk to you and share their experiences and just be good people, and even go as far as being your friend. And I've learned that, and I certainly appreciate every bit of that. But I got to tell you, there are people out there who aren't what they seem to be. Okay, you see them on the camera, you see them on the videos, you hear what they have to say, and then 5 minutes in the video they're trying to sell you on something. Or you look at their comment section and they hardly interact with their viewers, maybe a few hearts here and there, but they're not really trying to read the comments. They're just kind of moving on to the next video. You can kind of tell when content's put out that's not really, like, they don't put a whole lot of time into it. And then you meet these people behind the scenes, or you meet people that know these other people very well, and you hear many, many stories about people in their past. And or how about this? The world behind the camera that you don't see, there's a lot of clickiness, for lack of a better term. A lot of clicks going on behind the scenes. So you have these creators that kind of stick together. You got these creators that kind of stick together. These creators won't talk to really these people. In fact, they have some disparaging things to say about these people because they don't like what they have to say. I don't know if it's jealousy. I don't know what it has to do with anything. But I've even reached out to some of these creators, and I think sometimes me being honest, just trying to help them out, they didn't like what I had to say. I think a fairly popular one won't talk to me to this day, will say a lot of disparaging things about me, will jump into different chats when I'm in and maybe attack me. That's happened before. And all I've tried to do was just give an honest opinion. And sometimes I guess it stings and I don't know them enough. I don't know them well enough. Maybe I was out of place, maybe out of line for giving my opinion, or just having a thought about their business. Maybe I didn't know enough about their business, even though their business is on almost every video. But then you have others, like I've tried to make friends with a local creator, and it was like no matter what I did, they didn't want to have nothing to do with me. And after a certain amount of time, I had to just realize, you know what, you can try to be friendly to some people, and some people just won't like you. And maybe it's their personality, but at some point you got to just kind of back off. And you know, I've been really good friends with people that I've met because of this channel, and the friendships are just gold, and in other cases it's fool's gold. You know, they show you one side of who they are, and you think that they're one side, and then they show you who they are, who they really are, and what their motivations are. And you know, you kind of wonder about things that were said in the past, if they actually ever meant those things. And you see that it was all a lie, I guess. And I'm not going to go into the who and the whats. I'm never going to do that. You know, you'll never figure that out. But I'm just telling you right now that while I have gained a lot of friendships in this business, I've actually been let down a lot by people that I really trusted and really thought cared about me. And I'll just leave it at that. All that being said, I'm not perfect. Never have proclaimed to be. I am the person that you see on camera. I could be a little goofier if I wanted to be. You see the goofy side of me if you tune into the lives on Mondays and Fridays. But I think because I'm trying to give out information that I want to keep my credibility, therefore I'm not going to try to turn into a goofball into a lot of these videos, maybe when I could. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to be serious about the information, and I think that kind of makes people think I'm for lack of a better term, maybe an asshole, or someone who's not very fun. But when you get to know me, it's quite the opposite. I guess that's what happens when you deal with someone that like me who's introverted, and you got to really crack the shell before you really see who the person is. But I really do try to be as authentic as I can. I do have my opinions, and they are what they are, whether you agree with them or not. But you can't fault me for being inauthentic. I'm not going to get up in front of this camera and make videos for the sake of clicks, for the sake of making money. Yes, I'll make a funny face or two when I'm making a video, okay, for my thumbnails. And it's just part of playing the game. And I know a lot of times we'll put titles that'll track you into watching the content. We'll put thumbnails that'll make you stop and go, well, what's this about? That's the YouTube game, guys. And I think you guys just need to know that's what it is. unless someone's saying, you know, eBay's closing tomorrow, and then they make a video showing you how they've got plans for eBay for the next 5 years, a lot of it's not clickbait. You might be disappointed in the content that comes out of clicking on the video, but for the most part, content creators aren't in the business of clickbaiting you, even though you might be disappointed with the end result of the video. And I'm going to try to stay away from that, but at the end of the day, I've been accused of that as well. And it's not because I'm trying to do it, it's just because I maybe didn't live up to your expectations in that video. But there you have it. Long-winded video, I know, and hopefully it was worth watching. Hopefully I didn't spill the beans too much against my fellow creators. And hopefully you guys have a little more understanding of what goes on behind the scenes. But it's yet another example of how YouTube ain't easy. And I want you guys to check out one of these videos here. And in the meantime, have a good rest of your day. Take care, everyone.